So here's the deal. A few weeks back, Wayne Gaethje put out a fight analysis for the upcoming bout between Ronda Rousey and Amanda Nunes at UFC 207. That's going to happen tomorrow night. And as usual, Wayne's analysis was, really scientific, really well thought out, and he's probably right on the money. And yet, I did write in the comment section on that video that I might myself produce a counter argument along with a little wager for the fight. So I've been mulling this over, all this time for weeks now, and watching what's going on. And even without the logic of Wayne's analysis, which is very good, as usual, even without that, my gut was telling me Ronda. Get behind Ronda. And it's still kind of telling me that. And so it's kind of, I'm making this wager on the basis of a little bit of magic. Faith more than science. Because as Wayne rightly argued, if you review Amanda Nunes' fights and her credentials, she is a heavy hitter. She beat the piss out of Misha Tate, and Misha, right out said, "That's the hardest I've ever been hit." On top of that, Amanda, or Mandy, I don't know if that's okay to refer to her as Mandy, but I see that in some of the media going out there, because they're showing, in the embedded vlogs, they're showing her with her girlfriend and this kind of thing. Just waiting for some traffic to shoot around here. Any case, yeah, she's got really great striking. She's also a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which means that her ground game is dangerous. It's no joke, right? So we can't think necessarily that she's going to be at a total loss when clinching with Ronda on the ground. So, you stack that up against Ronda taking her time off, right? Considerable amount of time off. The mental state that we knew that she was in immediately following her loss against Holm, and how long she stayed in that state and whether she's still there, is up for debate. Who knows? We don't know, but Ronda knows. And now her avoidance of all the media, all the press building up for the fight, to a lot of people that looks suspicious, but I'm going to give it a new spin. Here's what I'm going to suggest. You see, not too long ago, we're all aware, Conor McGregor got booted out of UFC 200, big card, because he refused to fly from Scotland all the way over to the States and do a little press piece building up for the fight. He was like, "Hey, I'm busy training. I don't want to do that." And they demanded it. They said, as part of your deal as a UFC fighter, you got to promote the fights. You got to participate in that. He put his foot down, so they put their foot down, and he didn't fight in 200 as a result. Now people are wondering, okay, but coming into 207, here's Ronda Rousey, and she has been allowed to bow out from all the media hype, all the story building going into it. Why is she being allowed to bow out like that when Conor wasn't? You know, what the hell? Is she so special? To UFC like that special? Dana White does always call her the biggest superstar in the UFC, but a lot of people think it's Conor. Here's my thinking on why Ronda is able to avoid the press portion of her commitments toward this fight. I think that she somehow utilized a good excuse that allowed the UFC to back off from forcing her. I think that excuse was that mystery is frightening. And the truth is that if she doesn't engage with any of the press going into this, you know, like I did see her on the embedded videos, and I saw how, you know, all it showed of her so far, I think, was kind of she was doing some modeling, you know, for a photographer, but without showing a lot of Ronda Rousey's training, her bag work, her glove work, her training in general, without showing a lot of that, and without interviewing her about the fight, it makes her far more mysterious as a fighter. And like it or not, that's going to play some role on Amanda Nunes's confidence and on her approach to the fight. So Ronda could be completely explaining this off as a strategy, and it might even be a strategy. Here's where all the faith stuff comes in. It might be that Ronda is gonna just be the Ronda we always knew and destroy Amanda Nunes quickly by submission in the first round. You know? What is the argument against that? We've already discussed it. What is the argument for it? Well, this is what Ronda has done again and again and again and again to women in the octagon. The only one who had any different an outcome was Holly Holm. And that's the past. You know, Ronda was in a particular position mentally, physically, and, you know, her mind was in a different place when she fought Holly Holm. She can't be in the same place today. Whether it's worse or better, that's the wager, right? So my bet, and it's going to be a little bit vague, and Wayne, I believe I've got well, maybe under $50 in my PayPal account, so I'm willing to wager $20 American on the following. I believe that Ronda Rousey is going to get the win in UFC 207 against Nunes within the first 2 rounds. I'm going to leave it vague like that. I'm not going to say how she's going to win. My prediction, of course, if I had to make a how, would be that she's going to win by submission. But I also believe that if Ronda Rousey ground clinches with Nunes, there's still a possibility that she could win in the ground clinch by knockout or by stoppage, you know, because of basically a knockout. So there is that possibility, although I think probably 90% more possibility that she could win by submission. And I believe that's what we're going to see. And who Ronda Rousey is at this point is a mystery. And that's part of the strategy. That's my conjecture and prediction. And we'll see what comes, eh? yeah, if you want to take the wager, let me know. But I was thinking, yeah, better be pretty gentlemanly on this one. Our first bet, $20.